Hello, welcome to the Nigerian Investors Podcast, the unofficial podcast that tracks and reports on the activities of the Nigerian boss. My name is Moody, and with my colleague Aye, we will be hosting this podcast. TNI Podcast is dedicated to stimulating a renewed enthusiasm among the general population with regard to the activities of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Ultimately, the goal of TNI is to see that many Nigerians from all walks of life, both at home and in the diasporas, become active participants on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Before we go further, we would like to place on record TNI Podcast is solely for educational purposes and not a replacement for professional financial advice. Let's begin. Welcome back to the Nigerian Investors Podcast, TNI for short, the favorite podcast that tracks and reports on investment activities in Nigeria, especially the Nigerian stock market. This is the third part of our interview series with the veteran retail investor, Pharmacist Tayo. If you've been following this interview series, you will understand that this veteran investor has a lot of information and knowledge to share with the general public. Sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy this episode.
Okay, so I know you've mentioned, or you've already mentioned a little bit of this, that once upon a time in the market, it used to be very difficult. Shareholders will be chasing around their registrars and all the rest. But over the years, how has the stock market evolved over the past 30 years? Can you give us some insights?
The market actually has evolved over the years. Let us be sincere with ourselves now, because fintech, the coming in on fintech, the likes of Meristem Online, Cashcraft Online, all those online system, Apti, has really, all I call it, advanced the Nigerian stock market beyond what it was before. Because then, when you even go to the stockbroker, there are some people who have been noted that before they attend to you, might sit down for a lot of hours. But over now, there is a better improvement that you can come in. I just told you that whenever I go to the stock, to Igomu there, they will tell me, are you 18? When I was young, I will tell them, I'm already 18. don't mind my size.
Yeah.
So they don't know that I'm a village boy who just started coming up, and my father is just a village businessman. I'm learning from uncles and co. So it helps a lot. The stock market Nigeria now has evolved. It's getting better. In fact, within the past few years now, let me just say within the past 2-3 years now, and then with the new comment of all I call it online payment of dividend and co. No, things are better. Like in the past, you have to chase your dividend. Everything is paperwork. You go to your stockbroker, your signature is not okay. You fill this form, you fill that form. You are given your contract paper. You have to keep a file. I still have files of many of my contract paper there. Purchase contract, purchase note, sales note, all those things. Let me tell you one great experience I had. If not for those papers I have then, I would have lost a chunk volume of my shares in Eternal Oil. I bought Eternal Oil when it was 50 kobo. In fact, then I was just leaving university to my youth service. But along the line, I don't know what happened. There's somebody in the stockbroking house went and sold about 50,000 units of my, all I call it, Eternal Oil, EOG, without my consent. Only for me to just notice what I'm saying is not exactly what I have on my CSS. So by the time I follow up, I report to the Security Exchange Commission in Kano, one tall house near Batade. So I submitted those papers. That was when they started processing it, and they were able to notice where it was sold and trace it back. So you were being informed to either give me back the units or give me the money. But I told CS SEC then, I said, come, the price, giving back the unit, at what price? Is it at this price? At the price they sold it, look at the price now. The price appreciated. So they were able to calculate and give me the money because I know I have a better value. I look for the highest value. So now it is better. You can monitor your CSCS online. Things are getting better, far better. In fact, people should not be skeptical about the market again. And I believe if we continue the way we are going to evolve to a better market. In fact, even in the world now, Nigerian stock market is being considered among the emerging market whenever I go to Vanguard. And people invest in Nigerian market far away from Nigeria. It's getting better. That's just all.
I like what you said, and I completely agree. Following up on that, following up what you said, that our market is growing and we are slowly being recognized as a strong and emerging market. What unique opportunities does the Nigerian stock market present to investors, and what unique challenges do we also have, just specifically to the Nigerian market compared to other markets?
The Nigerian market actually have this unique opportunity of the fact that it's not too deep. It's not too deep. Our number of stocks that are doing well are still not too many. And it is an advantage to the investors, because the more the investors come, the more the chasing of the stock. And then these stocks have not, the volume is not increasing. The volume of stock release remains fixed. So it is still changing hand from the hand of those with is to other one. Larger population come to the market now, bring in more flow. And definitely price will definitely move up. Because especially now that I can understand why we are having the bullish trend now. Everybody's looking for where to add value to his money, because Nigerian inflation, as at last week Friday I read, I was told on ARM report there's about 33% inflation. So you now find that it's of no value keeping your money under your bed. You are looking for where you can add value. And if you are looking for those who have had it before, will not sell it the price they bought it 2-3 years ago. So it is unique in the sense that the depth is still shallow. And because of the shallow depth, it is highly profitable. When it becomes terribly deep, like some of these fantastic other buckets where you have millions of stocks, it will be very, very funny. But for now, the market is growing in leaps and bounds, and it continue to grow, because until those bigger markets or bigger stock or company bring their shares onto the floor of the stock exchange and deepen the market needs to be deepened for price to crash. Crashing of stock market now, I don't think it is possible so much now. Even if it drop, it's just correction. You're going to have correction. But crashing now, many people are looking to the stock market now because young guys are coming up. Everybody's looking for where to make idle fund. Passive income is becoming something that people have interest in now in Nigeria than before. And because of that, the market is actually lucrative for now, for the years to come. Except there are deepening. If Dangote refinery can come in, other ones can come in, we'll be having new share, new volumes coming in to compete with the existing share. But if nothing is competing, what is there now? Let me just tell you the truth. Price appreciation is bound to be. That's just it.
Interesting. And I think you've also mentioned some of the challenges. Yeah. So, Moody, do you have anything to add, or you want to take the next set of questions?
Okay. Thank you, Aye. So far, so good. We're moving forward, moving to the permanent side. Yeah. What you said now, because of the volume, if there is no expansion, and there is tendency for the price appreciation to continue to soar like the way it is right now. Looking back, just like 5 years back, you will see that a lot of stocks, they've really made over 100% return in terms of capital appreciation. United Capital is one of them. African Prudential is one of them. Even Jais Bank was around 50 kobo a few years ago, about 2 years ago, but now it's over 50 something kobo, which is like almost 200% return. Having this at the back of your mind, what do you think the future is like? Future of investment in Nigeria, what do you think is like? Are there any specific industries or sector you are excited about? And if there are any industries or sectors that you are excited about, what are your plans or aspirations for your investment journey moving forward?
Actually, looking at the market now, the economic structure of our country now, especially with the CBN and the policy of the current government, is really affecting virtually every sector. But the beauty of it is that if you look at the stock markets, the financial sector is still the one having a greater upper hand. The financial sector is the one driving the markets seriously. With the, all I call it, release of more number of shares, either through public offer or through rights issue from the banking sector now, I think it's also a tactical device to deepen the financial sector by CBN. And that is bringing some skepticisms among investors and the society. And that is why I felt the banking sector and the financial sector have not really taken up its value. They are looking undervalued to some extent. Let us be sincere with ourselves. Because if this fund goes in and they are duly utilized well, especially by those ones that know how to utilize the fund well, the financial sector definitely will be different from what it is in the years to come. Apart from that, it is clear that virtually every entrepreneur sector now, not only the financial sector, they are now understanding that sourcing of fund to expansion is becoming difficult, and they are coming to the capital market. We can see the inflow of RDL into the capital market, VFDF into the market. HM Call just came in now, and you find that getting money from loan sharks, or more or less money from financial markets, it is impacting the return to shareholders from some of these companies. And the more companies come to the stock market, the better. Talking about the viable sectors in the year to come, I won't tell you like sectors that can grow organically, especially agriculture, they are going to do well. The beautiful thing is that there are not many in that area, and they are generating dollars, especially looking at the way the commodity market is now outside Nigeria, the oil palm industry, the cocoa industries and co. The agricultural sector is actually one of the sectors that we should look into in the years to come. Financial sector is dominating the market and they're going to do well. So it will be wrong for anyone to stay away from financial sector completely. If you are scared, go to some area. And look at some of those stocks you mentioned. They are evolving. Jais is evolving. Let's be sincere with ourselves. And it is one of those stocks that is still undervalued, and just say it tactically. So it has a lot of potential. Sterling Bank is also doing its best to move up. So financial sector generally, every investor should try and have one of your legs in financial sector. While you now try to look at the agricultural industry, the food industry, look at stock like McNichols. I don't know whether you see that stock. It's a penny stock. But look at it today. It's no longer selling below $1.
I owe McNichols is a very good
it's
stock.
food. Anything food.
Many people don't know about that stock.
That is it.
Sorry to cut you short. That stock has given me a lot of returns, more than any other stock. I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying.
No noise about it. You can imagine, no noise.
Yeah, no noise. Nobody has even mentioned it on the group chat in Yosha Lodge.
It's one of those stealthy stocks. Yes,
they paid interim dividend. Yeah, everybody's overlooking that stock, but I'm very deep in that stock. I won't lie to you.
I'm telling you. And if you have traded with that stock, you have made a lot of money by now. You can see the volatility that goes in that stock.
Yes, I've made a lot of money from that.
Volatile stock like that, you trade in them. If you trade in volume is what helps trading. Because the more the volume, even if it is one kobo, in about 2 million units now, you have gotten something within 1 month and you are out. So that is one thing about food industry. People should look into the food industry. One thing every man cannot do without is food. We can't.
Yes.
You see penny stock like that in McNichols. So those kind of things. Oil industries are evolving themselves. We are seeing what is happening in this oil sector now. People like Eternals and co. We're going to see. You can see Unicel just moving on its own, just providing service to oil sector. We can now see what is happening. So Nigeria's economy is actually evolving. It only have a lot to do based on how the government of the day drive the economy. That's just it.
Okay. That's interesting. Thank you, sir. Just before we continue, I just want to point it out there. McNichols has, year to date, since January this year, has made a return of 52.17% so far.
Thank you, my brother. You are following it seriously.
Yes. Over the past 5 years, a return of 204%. That,
I'm
but
sure, I'm
it
sure
has
that
been
beats
under the radar.
inflation.
Nobody has really. I've not seen
Yeah.
anybody talk about it. Yeah, and nobody. It beats
You know,
inflation. Yeah,
I go deeper than what people are. Market is wide. And because it's wide, there is something I want to tell you, my brother. I read it from Warren Buffett. He said sometimes you move against the market. When everybody's going this way, just move against them. Forget about it. Go to the
yeah.
silent area. And you pick your money. Nobody will know.
That's true. Yeah, it's enlightening. Like when you speak with great minds and you learn a lot. I must tell you, I've learned a lot of things from you today from this interview. I don't know about Aye, but there's a lot to pick out from. Every response that you've given to us today is filled with knowledge and information and something that you can use to better your investment goals and all that and perspective.
Agreed. Agreed.
I'm really grateful that we're having this session. This is a very great opportunity to me.
I also agree. I also agree. I
Thank
think
you so
Aye,
much,
you
my
want to?
brother.
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah.
I would like to add, yeah, you've dropped a lot of nuggets. I personally have also learned a lot. And I think my biggest takeaway is this singular point that you said. And this by no means I'm saying the only lesson. This is my biggest takeaway, right? Is when you said that mistakes become lessons, right? So you shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes. It's not a problem. It's that you should convert them into lessons, right?
Mhm.
So they become building blocks for the
Yes.
next step. So I think this is something that young investors need to just put in their head. Because now we've mentioned trading, and I think we've mentioned trading a bit in this platform. And this is something that you will notice it's not always encouraged for young investors to trade, but you can actually start trading with experience. It comes
Exactly.
with experience. You don't start trading when you don't have the experience because you make a lot of crazy mistakes. But you can actually trade if you have that experience. You know what stocks to expose. Like we always say 10% of your portfolio or even more. You will know what to expose to. But you can only get there if you have that experience. And you get that experience by committing first. You will make mistakes, but those mistakes should not be in any way taken as a subtraction. They are an addition. They're actually lessons, and they form the building blocks for the next steps. So yeah, I really love this session, and I think our viewers will gain a lot from this.
Yes, I think so. Just a closing thought. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, Oga Tayo, about investing, what would it be?
That is wonderful. Well, I will just say that I wish that can occur.
I think we all do.
The only
I
thing
think
I
we
will
all
have just
do.
say is that because the only thing I will have just said is this. I was saying something recently. I said I want to restructure. I don't want to do something. I want to experiment something with my stock on Yosha. I want to sell all. I'm not going to take the money. I'll still start all over again because something actually happened. I don't think I could have done better, even if if I go back the way I am, because I'm a village boy coming from Ijebu local government, Ijebu North. And then it was just like that, just playing with money, with story from our fathers, our uncles, brothers, and co. And what I learned in secondary school in economics. So it just like what I look at now is that if I should lose everything now, if I start all over again, it will be terrible. Market we hear them. That's what I would just say. Because I just thought I'd say that if I should lose everything, I'm not losing. I've already learned how not to do it. And I'll do it far better than the way I've been doing it before. Because since I've seen my error, I've noted my error. Look at, I've told something about now. It is in the past few years I started moving against the market. When people are talking about this, I'm not talking about, okay, let me sell this. I said, no, I'm not selling. Let me cool down. I'm going this way. When I entered McNichols, people never knew I was about last year or year before. And somebody say, one of my friends say, boy, I don't go into this only sugar selling. I say, not only sugar they are selling. Let us go through the brand and go through the sector. What are their products? This is food. Many things are
They
there.
sell custard, they sell food
To my
stuff,
brother.
daily
So
beverages,
you begin to
and
see,
all that.
noise drives some stock because as it's driving it, the price is moving up. And it might move beyond the fair value. And you go and buy it and you have problem. Look at the way Rwanda will begin to come down now. But if you have put that money into McNichols, do you know where you have been by now? Or you have practically put that money into, because one thing I will tell you, sir, is this. The financial sector, CBN I hope CBN is not hearing us. They put all their eyes let us be sincere. They have put all their eyes on bank, on bank. That bank is the only one making money from dollar. Now lie you.
Yeah.
Insurance they make
Yes.
money.
Exactly.
Yes.
Very true.
Insurance sector is benefiting from dollar. So and
Even
people
Presco
will
and the
think,
rest. Yes.
okay, agencies. Our agency is putting fire under the banking sector. Non-bank are doing their own and making gain also. But who the change is making their own. All other ones are making their own. So if I have anyone doing it there and CBN is not able to take the profit, wouldn't I go against commercial bank and go to that area now and make my money? So sometimes we take opportunity of the information going on, my brother. So sometimes move against the market, look for the sector. UCAP will be doing well. Afripool will be doing well. You won't understand. I don't know their secret, but I just do my speculation together and I know. Nobody in this area will tell me it's not touching dollars. And the dollar is always appreciating, my brother.
Yeah.
If I start all over, I can tell you, it's not going to be 7 years, 7 figure. It might be 1 year, 10 figures. That's just it.
Okay.
That's just the way it is.
Very true. Very
Thank
true.
you so
Very
much,
true.
sir. Aye, the last question on the closing thought. Can you just ask that question, please?
So yeah. So how can our listeners get connected to you, sir? If they want to get more insights, how can they connect with you?
Comfortably well, I am available. I'm available. I only that I'm a busy person. I do some voluntary work for some people. I'm a volunteer teacher. I just love mingle with children and then bring in some of. Let us just give out what we have in us to some people. That is just. I'm a voluntary teacher. Anywhere I am, I look for schools. I say, okay, let me come and to play with you, chemistry, mathematics, for them and co. So that's just that. So the issue is, I'm very simple, and I read a lot. I'm still reading. My children are even telling me, Daddy, stop reading. But I just, it's the only thing that keep my head working. It keep my head working. It keep my head active. So I still love reading. That's just it. So I'm available, especially on Facebook. I'm there. Somebody got me. Many people on Yosha Launch got me on Messenger. In fact, one great guy there will always disturb me. And he's doing well. I thank God for him. I told you I'm always happy for him because he give me result and say, boy, we only want to be hearing good news. That's just all. We got this thing for people also. Let's give it out. So I'm available. They are comfortably well in terms of that. Messengers on Facebook. My name is simply Olatayo Okboluwa Onobule. I have so many things. And as I'm trying to help others, I'm trying to put my children on a good platform. Because I always tell them I have no inheritance for them. I'm empowering them to go and make a lot. So let them go and make a lot and also give it out to the community. That is just my desire in life.
Interesting.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. So we're really, really grateful, and we are hoping to go back again for another series for our listeners moving forward. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to meet you because, on the Ocha platform, it's good that we're chatting and all the rest, but it's not easy to put a face to the name and also meet with the person one-on-one. So this has been a very, very good experience for me personally, meeting you one-on-one. So thank you so much, sir. We encourage listeners to share the episodes, leave your comments, leave your feedback, leave your questions. Any questions you have for Oga Tayo, now is also a good place for you to drop your comments. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
thank
I'm
you.
very grateful. For the listener, please act. The principle is act. You only learn by doing. If you don't do, you will not learn. And then when you do, you have learned. And whenever you see experience comes in, you remember where you have committed blunders, and then you will be able to do better. So we should always do. That's just it. Not only just be listening, hearing. No, it's better for you to do. Even if it's just small step. Gradually, we get better as time goes on. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom and your advice, your contribution. We want to thank you for that opportunity that you've given to us to share your knowledge with these listeners and on this platform.
Thank you so much also for bringing me on board. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you, sir.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
next time when we call you honor our invitation. All right, sir.
I'm available, my brother. All I'm doing now is just to give out. I'm telling you, I'm just experimenting now. I'm still learning also from everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm available.
We learn
Still available.
Yes.
All
Sir.
right.
Thank
Thank
you
you
Thanks
so
a
much,
lot.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
And bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the favorite podcast that brings insight to the Nigerian stock market. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. To get more episodes like this, follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, as well as on our website. All this information is available in the show note below this episode. Until we bring you another episode your way next week. Bye for now. TNI Podcast is executive produced by Moody. This episode was edited by Rona at Rock Quarry Village Studio.